Welcome to RLM Season 2, Race 2, Tier 2 in Brands Hatch. This is Nico Nellas, your host for today, and you are watching Redline Motorsports. So, welcome guys. This is my very first time commentating on this beautiful racing series provided by Redline Motorsports. So please be patient. Since we just started the practice and drivers are still trickling in, let's have a quick look at the standings of the championship. We raced so far one race in Monza. It was a 90-minute endurance race. Winner was Rake Strelo, who is in front with 26 points. He is followed by Akos Gyvetvan. Behind it, Benny Benzel, Bruno Cardiglia, Valentir Barrier, Alberto Janfrest, Orsi Takameki, Rafael Kionka, Salvatore Andrea Alvaro Amato, Jaakko Torvinen on 10th position, Yannick van der Zande behind him, followed by Jerzy Waricek and Igor Zanella. Kevin Kohl is in 14th position, followed by Wolf Matuszka. Ivan Dimitrov is on 16th position. Eric Engman, who is driving this year with a Porsche instead of a Mercedes like last season, is in 17th position. Behind him, two Aston Martin drivers, Alexander Borodai and Sebastian Brunier, followed by Thorsten Ulrich, who finishes the top 20, and every driver who has points. The other drivers either disqualified or couldn't gain any points from the last race. Those include Tobias Queck, who signed out last time, Jordan Wansink, who finished in 23rd position, Leandro Schäfer, who already got disqualified, probably for something really evil. David Santos signed out, and he is definitely one of the quicker drivers. I expect great things from him. Kamil Kurek also signed out from the last race. Let's see if he comes on today. Other two drivers are Stefan Kui and Dom Brennan. That's the driver lineup for today. We are following Orsi Takameki, who is driving the Nissan GTR. I can say from experience in the first season that this car is quite nice to handle, although sometimes it lacks a little bit of speed. But you can still achieve great results, as Mike Noble showed us in the last season of the Apex Online Racing, where he finished, I think, first in a Nissan GTR. I beg your pardon for the short radio silence. I ran into technical difficulties. But we can manage. Let's check out how Strello is driving. One thing is for sure, he's driving way better than me. Nice trail braking into the last corner to get full speed out into the straight. The first corner can be very iffy. There's a lot of height difference and camber changes. But he managed just about right. I expect some iffy maneuvers during the race. Of course, I hope for the cleanest lap 1, turn 1 we ever saw. But we never know. It's in the hands of the drivers. Also, yes, Chetto. If this is not loud enough, yeah, I can do still a little bit more. One of those technical difficulties include that I can't use the broadcasting tool, which enables smooth transitioning between the drivers. That was the end of his test session. Yeah, test run. A quick look at the timing table, though, reveals how close those people are driving. This is going to be very interesting to see if they can hold their pace during the race. Speed is one thing, consistency is another thing. Fast drivers have both. He's losing some ground to the driver in front, which is the third place, Bruno Cadilje. By the way, please correct me if the name is pronounced wrong. Is it a "ye" at the end? Or is the H silent? Yeah, but Bruno really has some nice pace going on. And thanks, Ryan. Luck is what I will need to make this a smooth commentating. But yeah, I can only get better. That's kind of my motto, right? So Giet Van is as having the same time as David Santos. I wonder if they both have made the time on similar fuel levels, though. This is always the thing. We don't know how much fuel those people are having with them. Some people might just get used to the car with loads of fuel so they are prepared for the race. Other people might even do their qualifying setups in this session. without a lot of preparation in front. Without me noticing, David Santos jumped up to 14th position. And I wonder where Gvietvan is losing his time, or if he's just doing a race simulation. That would explain 1.5 seconds. He became he was second place in the last race. Although we have to be honest, Monza and Brands Hatch are kind of different tracks, especially for a car like the Bentley. Do I have? We are nearing the end of the free practice. Some drivers take the opportunity for a quick break before the qualifying session, which is kind of wise. Qualifying is short enough as it is, and you always need one more try anyway. If you can defend like closing off the inside, maybe being slow on the apex, if you are a capable driver in doing this, you can really test the nerves of the driver behind you, even if he's faster than you. Like, this track has a lot of flow. I might not be the best driver, but I certainly know where other drivers have issues. And a lot of overtakes take a rather unelegant approach of just putting the foot in there and hope for the best. So I fully agree with you, Marius. This race is going to be interesting if it really keeps this close. Like, only 66 thousandths between Quack and Matushka. Kadirje and Bruno is also not very far behind those guys, and Jean Fraisse is basically there, you know. Like, it's going, just looking at the timetable, it's really making my mouth watery, you know. This is going to be fun. I hope I get all those action down for you and be in the right place at the right time. Even if the circumstances are slightly harder for me. Where is Bruno? Not there. Oh, come on. Give me the Bruno. There he is. I haven't actually driven it, but this track might actually be pretty nice for the Mercedes. It has so much front end grip compared to other cars I drove, at least. There should be something possible. It's a very nice car overall if you can drive it. But as some drivers told me, it's relatively, quote-unquote, easy to be quick in this car, but it's really hard to be like super quick in this car. Me as a very low tier driver, I'm just, it's very hard just to be quick in any car. But who cares about those things, right? Seeing the car though in a lot of online races and in real life, it is a very competitive car. And by the way, if you're interested in the Tier 1 race, it is broadcasted on Twitch and it is using the latest broadcasting technology RLM has to offer. So check it out, please. It's www.twitch.tv/Redline Motorsports TV. Looking at the lower end of the timing table, we see 3 Bentleys. So let's assume it's the car. I think it is one of the heavier cars. It is called Boatley, as a lot of you know. It will probably has its foundation somewhere in reality, I'm afraid. Interesting that you asked, Jacques Vernoy. We indeed do host on Saturdays a GT3 championship. You can check it out on www.redlinemotorsport.co.uk. You will have a list of every available event and championship ongoing and still planned in the nearer future. But to be specific about your question, I am actually an admin and race organizer of the Thursday events, which is right now single events with different cars, different tracks, fun races, not the stress of having a full championship behind it. But I also have plans in the future to do something like an MX-5 Cup, maybe, as a bi-weekly championship, and then on every off day, like an event race. The championship race will again be commentated by me and maybe some other fellow, while the events will be driven by me. I want to have some fun as well. And I also have to say, those guys really did some nice jobs with their liveries. Like, we have some very sexy cars out there. 2 right now in the picture. that guy really has a clean line. And just when I say it, he's of course out in the grass. Come on, Bruno, give me some credit, please. But yeah, he's driving really smooth. The car looks pretty good around the corners and the curbs. Even when he crashes into the pit wall, it looks pretty well dampened. Let's check out one of the other cars who are still driving. And we are with Van Zink. Jordan Van Zink, to be precise. And he just ran into the pit. Alexander Borodai. Show no mercy. Huh? That's an interesting team name. Let's see how ruthless he will act during the race. I expect, of course, the cleanest behavior every driver can muster. Leaving room, especially in the first lap, because we have a double point system for the first lap. Yes, we are penalizing people, and you might even run into a disqualification if you can't behave. Which is of course a great motivator to not crash and have somewhat clean races at least. Those points will be assigned by a very competent team of stewards of like 12 people or maybe even more right now. And so there won't be like a one-man decision. Everything is as fair as we can get it. Also, Ryan, you can find the Tier 1 race under www.twitch.tv/RedlineMotorsportsTV. At least I'm very sure it is the link. I should double check. No, it's just Redline Motorsports. Damn it. I'm going to post. Oh no, that was the wrong one? Wait, what the fuck? What the heck, I mean. Is it TV? What the fuck? Not knowing the own channel. It's co.uk. Ah. Okay. Can I delete this from here? I guess not. Now the correct channel. Professionals at work. There we go. A little bit on board with Zanella. Or maybe not. There we go. I already see Bruno is somewhat of a fan favorite. That's good to see. I mean, that there are already fans for our racing series. That's awesome. By the way, guys, I hope that the stream quality is alright. I didn't have too much time to test things out, so I'm very sorry if it doesn't work out 100% all the time. The first times are in though. Let's have a quick check. 123.9. That is not as quick as I expected, to be honest. Let's check out the weather, if I can find the weather. Where's the weather? Oh, it's not showing this one. I guess no weather for us. But we will see how the times will turn out towards the end. It's only 10 minutes left. And we have Bruno with his first time in. It's a 123.8. Let's get onto him. If we manage. There's the leader. Tobias Quick in the mighty angry Porsche. Like, this guy's jumping in your face, isn't it? On a sunny day, it might even blind you. Same is kind of true for Bruno. I mean, it's still a chrome color. But since it's a Mercedes, it's way more elegant, isn't it? And he enhances his own time by 0.3, putting him back into second place temporarily. No, Quack is still outside. He's already out for a couple of laps. And Matuszka just grabbed the first position when I didn't look, and he's only 9 thousandths faster than Quack. Also, there's still so much movement. What has Matuszka to say? He's behind Tobias Quack on track, if I see that correctly. Yeah, looks like it, and Strelo should be in front. Might be Kevin Cole though. They both have the carbon-colored Lexus. And there you just saw like the differences between an Audi and a Porsche going through a corner. And into the pit he goes. Quack is still outside. How much fuel did he have at the start? Basically driving half the qualifying already. Looking up into the sky, I really wonder what did the goddess of weather do? Are we getting rain this race? The goddess of weather is of course Vicky, who is also coordinator of this race, or co-coordinator at least. Also, hi Adam, how are you doing? Let's check some cars. I don't want to make the mistakes I'm always complaining about when I watch TV. Always the wrong cars in the focus. Compared to the practice session, David Santos is about basically the same, I think. Still 5 minutes to go, so he might gain some track position for the start. But maybe that's also just the place he's in this season. But oh dear, the first 7 are within 5/10. This is really, really close. Let's have a look at the lower position people. Here we have Valentin Barriere with a 72 boldly and the 107 in front, because why not? I wonder if he just wants to survive this race and gain as many positions he can by other people wrecking it. Well, Bruno had a slight extended line towards the grass in the background. Oh, and we have another fan in here. Mr. Good is here for the Jaco. Maybe this greed will boost Jaco like up into victory. Let's hope. Huh? I'm right now watching. Who the fuck is Jaco? Oh, Torvinen. I didn't see it. Like Jaco Torvinen. Yes. Hi. Yesterday I had a talk with one driver who isn't driving in this tier, but he also comes from Finland, and he was correcting me on pronunciation, or at least giving his okay to like Aussie Takameki. That's somewhat correct. Like he had to laugh how correct it was, I guess. I hope it just wasn't funny for him. That would have been rude. But there are way harder names than our northern brothers. Like, I'm still not sure if I'm pronouncing Jersey Wasicek. Wasicek? Something like that. I will ask him later. He is in 6th position. Only 4/10 behind him, and right now not on the track. The only driver in this field right now not on the track. We can only have 21 people on the racetrack. There's still some time for late joiners, although I expect them not to be here. 5 people are signed out, so the rest will get a penalty, I'm afraid. Yes, we do not only penalize bad behavior on track, but also bad behavior off track. There's always the possibility to sign out of the races if you can't make the time. I mean, real life, you know? But there could have been other people already driving. And the official time is over. Tobias Ulrich went in front with a 23.2 flat, basically, with Matuszka behind and Quack behind that guy. Right now, 9 people within 5/10. This is going to be not only interesting, but I'm now hoping for an action-packed race at the front and on the rear. Like, this is very close in the midfield as well. Let's check out who can still do things. I'm too late without the broadcasting tool. And there we go. So Ulrich will be in pole position. Matuszka behind. Quack on third, Strello on fourth, Cadillo on fifth. And I think I'm just doing the Fabian Schmidberger thing and go through the field if I manage to somehow do it. Oh, there we go. There we go. Faster. Harder. Scooter. Ah, guess we're not doing it. But in first position, we have Ulrich starting in the not really azure, the brightish, the teal-colored Ferrari, followed by the pink Audi of Matuszka. After that, we have the very acid green Porsche of Tobias Queck, and then a slightly more boring car with a carbon-colored Lexus with Strello. Fan favorite Cadillo is driving the silver chrome Mercedes with the 88, and on sixth place Alberto Gianfrest in the Ferrari. In the row Porsche behind him we have Vasicek. I swear at some point I will get the name right. Followed by Mali. in the standard colored Lexus. Behind that we have Zanella with a 16 in the silver blue Ferrari. Benny Benzel in the Lamborghini with the number 888 on our right side, but on the track it's the left side in the black Lambo. Jarkko Torvinen in the green Bentley is on 11th position, and Jordan Van Zink in the orange Porsche starts on the 12th position. David Santos managed to get into 13th position with a 111 blue Aston Martin. And behind him, Robert Kionka in the 96 light blue McLaren 720S. Our second carbon-colored Lexus, driven by Kevin Cole, is starting on 15th position, and on 16th position Sebastian Brunier with a 777 Aston Martin, all in silvery white. Key in the red and black Audi is starting behind that behind him, and Ossi Takamäki in the Nissan, one of my favorite cars, in the number 43 cars, is on the number 8 on position 18. Directly behind him, qualified Borodai in the Aston Martin, followed by two Bentleys with Gietwan, who actually finished second in the last race, and Victor Barrière in the 72 car. There's 1.5 minutes to go, and we expect at least a very interesting race. Yeah, and during the race I should be able to switch more smoothly between the drivers. Once again, I'm very sorry for not being able to test out everything how I wanted to. Yeah, stuff happened. And thank you for the tip. I will try it right now. So there we go. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Ah, there we go. Ah, damn it. I mean, let's show these cars at least. They're really cute, aren't they? Oh, the teal one and the pink one. It's like My Little Pony up here, isn't it? I kind of like this color scheme. It's kind of Swedish, isn't it? With all those arrows and going from the rear in. And also like a bright color Porsche is always a classic. And I see we are starting the formation lap very soon. So let's get into a somewhat cool position. Go, 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 go. Down, down. Ah, two down. And there we go. Oh, I'm still focused on the car. Well, that didn't work out as expected. Professionals at work. At least I don't see anyone bumping into each other. That's progress. Let me go a little bit back though. There's a little gap here, but that's actually not too big. Looking good so far. Some people are fairly close to each other though. Let's just hope there won't be some pre-race carnage. That would be like the ultimate disaster for a driver who gets all psyched up in this formation lap, trying to get his brakes warm, getting his tires, or keeping the temperature in the tire as well as possible, and also putting up the concentration. All looking so far very neat. And we are nearing now the main straight again, if I'm not completely wrong. Yeah, that's the last corner. Also rip cone. And they are getting close. People can't really close up. Front driver is maybe a bit too far. And go, go, go! Green, green, green! And the Porsche is coming away pretty good. He can't pull through though. And it looks pretty clean. Let's keep somewhere here. Oh, there's a contact! Does he give you the position back? Yeah, he kinda does. I think that was Zanella in the silver car. Yes, it was. And did we miss another crash? Oh no, Ossi Takamaki did a spin. I'm sure he can recuperate from that. Oh no, missed. We missed the important bits. Damn you. We have Matuszka in front now. It looked kind of that Ulrich was getting only slowly off the start-finish line and the first corner. So he might have some more problems with accelerating with heavy fuel or whatever. I mean, it's a Ferrari. Although that shouldn't matter really too much. Maybe he also just didn't warm up his tires enough. Compared to Matuszka, who obviously did it better. Because he's in front of the Ulrich. There we go. I don't think there will be a lot of action going on for now. Let's watch Strello and Bruno fighting a little bit ahead. Behind. The other camera, please. I like what I'm seeing. Also, Bruno immediately seems to be pulling away a little bit. We will see it a bit more clearly over a couple of laps. But yes, being quick on qualifying and being quick on the race are two things. And being consistent over the race is a completely different thing. Oh, we got like a small slide, but well caught by Strello. And now he's under pressure from Mali. And this is what we kind of foresaw. Like, those drivers are at least in a very similar pace level. So every mistake can be a position if it's a little bit too big. And it will be very hard to get back up if you spin or do any kind of bigger mistake. Let's stay on those two a little bit longer. Nice, nice, nice. And he... Ah, small boop. Although that wasn't really something. But very well done. Let's keep on these two. Porsche also seems to be faster than Strello. And the Lamborghini behind him is even quicker than the Porsche. So, what could go wrong? There you go, Benzel faked on the inside and went right back. Looking at the timing sheet, I really want to show a look at some of those lower places. David Santos here in front of what seems like almost a 10-man group. And he isn't really too far away. I mean, it's 8/10, maybe a second by now. Towards Zanella, who might have some front aero damage, which will slow him down on the long straights. On some cars, matte colors really work. This seems to be one of them. Oh, nice drift from the Aston Martin. Not that it made him any faster. In fact, he lost some time and now the Bentley might be all over him. Like, Torvinen really caught up. Being on 12th position right now. In this heavy car. And Santos under pressure. Very slight mistake, but now the Bentley is right up his back. Let's get a little bit better overview. Those two are also really close fighting. But I also don't want to lose the front. Like Bruno is only half a second below Tobias Queck. We shall go over to Bruno soon again. Oh, John Frest only in 17th. I haven't seen any incident. But he's typically a driver who can drive quick over the whole 60 minutes. Now he's officially cursed, so let's hope for the best. And I really think that over the long time, Vietwan might be quicker than others. Just because he already made the second place. And Kui on the last place. But it's good that he keeps on driving. Don't get dismotivated. Dismotivated. Like, if there's someone going to be first, that always means that there's a person going to be last. And it is part of the race. And I've been more than often enough been on that spot. It's an important spot. You need it. And yeah, it's really nice. Like, I kind of dislike the helicopter sound. Sorry for that. But this perspective is really nice to check out the lines. And those cars couldn't be much more different, like the rear-engined Porsche and the front-engined Mercedes. It's great that GT Racing brings those two cars together in a competitive field, and we can enjoy them driving. And still they have all their original quirks and features, as some people would say. Oops. One guy behind. Wrong direction. This way. Also, I have to say, the Mercedes really has a nice engine sound. But it's basically a ripped-off LS3, isn't it? And seeing those two drive really makes me grin. Like, this is smart driving by Quack. And Bruno is doing what he can. But just staying behind Quack might already push him into a mistake, which Bruno can take advantage of. And now Quack got a little bit worse out of the corner, but he's closing it up. Huh? Let me not forget about other drivers. Oh dear. I'm afraid we can't dual stream like the tier 1 guys, because I really want to check out some other people, but those are the closest one, and Bruno is faster. Let's check out some of his work on the steering wheel. In the meantime, Ulrich is still within a second of Matuszka, and he's keeping there, which might be the smart choice to do. This race is still going 45 minutes, plus the rest of a lap. So much stuff can happen. Also, I want to check out that some guy snuck up behind Bruno. It's Taha Mali. Now we have a nice little threesome. And that is not the spot Bruno wants to be. Let us check a little bit what's going on in the midfield. Not the cleanest line, but it's good enough to keep Santos at the back for now. So let us go further back. I'll try to keep an eye on Quack Kadil Mali situation. And Takamaki is already again in 18th position. He has been making up some space. Positions, sorry. Whoa, slight mistake by Takamaki. Went a bit too far and then the car snapped right back. And it's getting close up again in the front. Like I mentioned earlier, it takes a small mistake by the driver in front or some more route measures to get your foot into the spot to overtake one here. It always takes two, and in this case maybe three. This seems to... Oh, we just drew in when the second placed had a slight mistake, and Matushka is already 7 seconds in front. I figured that the Quack Kadil Mali group would lose some time being so close together and fighting each other. But him losing 7 seconds, that's almost like a spin. Yep, wrong direction again. This three-way also looks fairly interesting. Do we see a move by the Porsche? By what? Was to check? Oh, there's the first overlapping. The red car in front is key. Yep, and that was Matushka in the gravel. Which means... Oh dear, I missed something. Let's get right back to it. Let's clean up this mess. We have Mali now in third. Oh dear, was there an incident with the overlapping car? I hope not. Nope. It looks kinda iffy what's going on there though. So there might have been at least some influence by the lapped car. Which would be a shame. And there goes Bruno right past. Like the Ferrari is driving like one class lower on the top line speed, so there might have been a crash. Which would explain the time loss Ulrich had earlier. Now Strello is going for... Oh dear! Let's hope there was no contact. Back on track though. And now this freeway battle has evolved into a 1, 2, 3, 4-way battle. 5-way battle, sorry. My math is incorrect. And knowing Bruno from this little bit, he's going probably back to Mali and Quack. It's very important for him now that he doesn't get caught up with the fight against Strello, but it looks like luck favors him because the Porsche is already attacking Strello, which slows him down, of course. Quack earned himself some breathing room by staying clean. And I want to go back to Alberto Gianfrest. In the meantime, he made up another position against Barrière. Valentin Barrière, to be precise. And Barrière seems to be losing ground to Takameki. Oh, and Ulrich is in the pits. He probably had pretty bad damage. I wonder if he's going to continue. Let's hope so. Just in time. Strello defending against Wojciech. And the Lambo of Benny Benzel, can he take advantage of that situation? It looks like it, yes. Slight contact, but that actually didn't matter. IMO. To be honest, I kind of hope that those guys would work a little bit together so they can keep up actually with Bruno, who is making steps towards Mali. He's right now... Well, he didn't gain any second in the last sector. We'll keep an eye on that. And there he goes for the overtake. He has the inside line. Come on. Don't go too far outside. He leaves room. And can you put a pin on it? Yes, yes, yes. Wojciech went in front of Benny Benzel. And what a nice move over 2 corners. 3 corners even. That was some really nice driving. And basically no contact, so. Also well played by Benny Benzel. And it also looks that Benny Benzel can't keep up. Like it's only a tiny bit, but he seems to be losing corner by corner. And I feel like I should go back to the back end of the field. There seems to be a 3-way between... Huh? It's not a 3-way. Okay. It looked like 3-way on the timetables. But the Bentley is still in front, and Jordan Wansink caught up to Takaneki. Nope. And as I said it, Jordan Wansink went wide. Ulrich in the meantime is getting lapped by the midfield. He's now right behind David Santos. And it might actually be that he's quicker with a repaired car, which is always a complicated situation if you want to regain your position. And he has his wipers on. Is it raining? Or is he trying to hide his tears? Huh? He apparently listened to us. In front of David Santos is Jaakko Torvinen in the Bentley with the number 108. They are right now driving for the top 10 position. And I really hope that the teal-colored Ferrari in the rearview mirror of David Santos is distracting him too much. I mean, it's looking kind of ominous, isn't it? Also, Bruno has caught up half a second towards Mali, while Mali is also slowly gaining on Tobias Queck. Strello is losing to Bruno. But we shall see how this will go out. We are right at the halfway mark of the race. 20 laps done by the leader. And probably 22 or so more to go. And yeah, he really wants to lap himself back. Let's hope his head stays calm. And I almost feel like I can go back to the front. Kadirye caught up very nicely with Mali, who himself caught up pretty much with Tobias Queck. Now it's not a fight for third position, just like a couple of minutes ago. It will be a fight for second position. Also, if I might ask the chat members, where do you know Bruno from? Is he some kind of a relevant person I'm not aware of? I mean, he's driving beautifully. Like with all of those Tier 2 drivers, they are not that much slower than the Tier 1 drivers, actually. Like even in the Tier 3 we have some very fast guys. And we are also seeing raindrops coming down. It's about halfway. That is kind of interesting. Also, if someone knows how I could get the weather on the screen, I would be very... Wait, maybe it's right now. What was this? Nah, nothing. Is there some weather stuff? Weather. I don't see weather. Maybe tap. Nah, it's the same. It works in single player with tap. But it will be really interesting to see. Can Bruno keep his pace in the wet? Does he have enough tire pressure? Was maybe one of the slower guys slower because he anticipated some rain and therefore very cold tires? One thing is for sure, these few drops aren't only making the race harder for those guys driving, it's also making my job a little bit harder, but way more fun to watch. Like right now, except for the lower tire temperatures, they shouldn't really feel the rain. It might be a smart idea to be a tad more careful, or what? But it might also be a bad idea, because then you're slower. And that was probably some thunder or so. Let's pretend it was thunder. Yeah, that's cool. Also South African League. Like I'm watching David Perrell, and he's going to start to drive some ACC more often. And the South Africans are kind of taking over, aren't they? I shall be aware of South Africans driving with us. I mean, the nice part is so far I don't see any lag issues or whatsoever. Like, we had some issues with lags and drivers in the first season, at least, where I was part of as a driver. But those were individual problems. This game has been pretty good so far on things like lag. With the exception of people joining into the server, but yeah. That might have been fixed, or might be fixed soon. When I look on the timetables, this is still the closest encounter. Strello and Brunier are kind of close to each other. And Janfrest seemed to have overtaken. Or did he just survive? Oh, there was an overtake. I just saw it. Let's check out. Ah, he was probably off track, and into the wall he goes, and he missed Takamaki. Thank God. Oh, please no unsafe rejoin. Nah, he's doing his thing correct. Waiting until the cars are gone and he has a clear track. That's the way to do it. Too bad for him though. The rain seems to get a little bit stronger. That might be deceptive on the cameras here. Let's check out some in-car views. Nothing on here. We see some droplets on the Aston Martin windscreen, but that really isn't a lot. I wonder if you guys can see it on the stream. Oh, and there we have the back marker, Stefan Key, on the outside of the track. And he's now right there. Let's keep a little bit on the immersive cockpit perspective. Oh, I also see Benny Bensel being really close to Kevin Cole. Let's check out this a little bit. And the other car, there we go. Although you don't see really a lot with this. Those wangs are just too big. Some people say the Lexus is quote-unquote easy to drive in the rain and the Lamborghini is quote-unquote hard to drive in the rain. But how true those easy formulas to complex problems really are? I mean, Bensel seems to disagree with it, at least. He's all over Zanella. Kevin Cole, sorry. Let's check out the fight between Torvinen and David Santos. Still no driver using the windscreen wipers, which is an indicator for the track just being cold. Like still no wet spots or whatsoever. It also doesn't look like the track is wet in any way or fashion. But the tire temperatures will have dropped down quite a bit. And also, I think it's time to switch back to the front. Sorry for spacing out there for a second. And Bruno already having on his wipers. And yeah, now it's very easy to see the droplets. This might be some very interesting last few minutes. And I also totally spaced out on Benny Benzel overtaking not only Kevin Cole but also Zanella. Zanella had the crash earlier, so he might have a slower car. But it's really hard to see the level of damage that the cars have. Oh, slight mistake by Zanella, and Kevin Cole can't take advantage of it. But from behind, Wozniacek is back in action. It almost looked like he had to take care not to crash into those two. But things in the rearview mirror appear larger than they are in real life or something. Cadilia still 6/10 behind. Tali Mali. Can't just do it on the outside. But maybe he got some extra speed for this time, this corner. And yes, Zanella's also working with him. Like he saw that the position was lost and now he's trying everything to keep the Porsche behind him. Well done. And the Bentley of Torvinen is all... Like, this is getting close again. Thank you, racers. Like, I was expecting something like this all fucking race long. And now we're getting it. Maybe thanks to the rain. This is some action, and I really don't want to lose out on Mali versus Benzel. And there was another overtake. I kind of missed out on it, but Porsche went past the Ferrari. And now the Bentley will be probably next. There we are. I hope just in time to see the next overtake attempt. No, that was a fake. There was no chance of getting near him. But it's really fun watching him drive. And looking at the sky from here, it's kind of bright. And is the rain maybe getting less? Have we already seen the worst part of it? Oh, mistake by Mali and a small bump. Let's stay on this one. I'm also interested what is happening in the back. Like Kevin Cole and Wadzicek are really close to each other. Brunier and Jan Frest are also fighting with each other, just as Zanella, Torvin and Santos. Like, ah, damn, I can't do justice to this race. And again, this is some nice defending, like keeping Bruno from accelerating properly out of the corners. You can easily mess it up and be too slow, so you are an easy target for an overtake. But if you do it correct, you're going to grind the gears of the driver behind you. And it's very important to keep calm. The time is going down. It's only 13 minutes left. It's getting closer and closer towards the end, but that also means the tires are getting worn out. The car is lighter in the rear. The whole aero balance and weight balance is shifted, and there he goes. Ah, he couldn't put himself right next to him. He misses out now on the next corner though. He lost some apex speed with that. So maybe sometime to check out really quick how it is going in the back. Nothing's here. Nothing here. And let's go back to the front. And cameraman. There we go. And Quack is like, should be more called Keck, because he's laughing his rear off. Those two guys, who could be probably faster than him, are fighting with each other in a way that they completely lost him out of sight. And Matushka, let's hope he doesn't fall asleep. I should also show the front runner. And this isn't it. Here it is. The beautiful pink Audi. It wants to be a pork, but it can't. And he's just very relaxed, very smooth steering. That's good to see, but even better to see are fights. Well, there won't be anything in this corner, but maybe with those three guys. No, that was a bad move. He lost too much speed now. But this is also a great perspective to see if maybe something in the front happens. If we see a car suddenly on the sidelines. I hope not. I hope not. And the Ferrari is too wide. And he's losing one position. He's losing two positions. Zanella down from 8th to 10th. One mistake. Ah, dear. Don't be too angry now. Keep calm and keep driving. This is the key. Else he would just crash. So let's get back in front. Bit by bit. Cadil lost a little bit of time towards Mali. There might have been a mistake. Or maybe Mali did like a defense maneuver so well that Cadil had to brake. I mean, it's still below a second. And I absolutely adore those drivers that we can talk about people losing time and then it's actually just like a tenth or two. Like, these drivers are so close and so well behaved. It's a joy to watch them. This one was the better one. Let's check a little bit back in front. Like, Bruno is again in the position where he's way faster than the Lexus in front. But he just can't get right. Oh dear. I don't think there was... there was a contact, most definitely. Now Bruno... he doesn't wait. Or does he? He might think now about waiting. No, he isn't. I mean, this situation will be reviewed by the stewards. They might say Bruno was in the wrong because of whatever reason. We didn't see it, you know. And then there would be... he left him past. He left him pass. So he probably thought that it was an unruly overtake that he did. If that one gets penalized, he gets only half the penalty point, so 1 instead of 2. Every penalty point will lose him 1 position in the race result, which means 1 point. But that hopefully won't keep him from fighting on. Heck, in fact, it should actually motivate him. While I'm trying to keep a look on the rear, it's always tough. Like, those guys are really nice to watch at, those two. Seven more minutes to go. Only a handful of laps. And we should get a little bit back to this 3-pack. Benzel, who seemed to be really quick 10 minutes ago, lost some really good time on the drivers behind him right now. I wonder if he killed his tires or if he has to save fuel. This is also a very real thing, especially for Mercedes drivers. Oh, and we should go back to the front. Especially for Mercedes drivers like Bruno. Like, they have to change down at least for, like, I don't know, half the race or 3/4 of the race, depending on track, down to the second engine map to not run dry. Oh, and there we saw the reflections on the curb. The track is getting wetter now towards the end again. I did say that it kinda seemed to dry up and that we had the worst part behind us, but oh dear, this is looking interesting more and more as we go forward. There's still no too wet surface though. At least it looks like it. The drivers might tell you something different. No. Can he position himself here? No. He keeps it nice and tidy. This is not the spot you really want to overtake. Maybe this spot, but nah, he didn't have the position. It's really tough to decide which battle to choose. Like, if they are so close to each other, just a small mistake can mean so much. And yes, I totally agree with you, Marius. Everything we had on camera was really nice, and I couldn't look away for a second. And when I looked away for a second, because I checked... Oh no! What the... Oh dear. I shouldn't have talked about Bruno driving so well. Was this the legendary commentary curse? He oversteered. Out of the 90-degree left-hander. Sorry for not knowing the proper names of the corners. It should be T3. But he caught the car, which in itself is a great achievement, because he still has time to get close. We know that he has the pace. It just takes one little mistake by Mali. Maybe he loses concentration now. That he sees that his fierce enemy is not as big in the rearview mirror anymore. But that also gives us time to check out what's happening here. Wozniak overtook Benny Benzel. And Benzel now has trouble. Oh, that means also the Porsche was overtaking the Lexus. Totally missed that. That's probably why you need a co-commentator to keep all the race in check. This won't happen by his own force, I'm afraid. But I have to say, we didn't had to look at Matuszka basically from T1 on forwards. He was getting off the line very nice, took the lead early on, and had no trouble whatsoever. Right now he's having 18 seconds lead in front of Quack, who himself also had like a very nice race. He profited from the wonderful fight we saw between Mali and Bruno Cadillac. But that's not his mistake, isn't it? He was at the right position at the right time. And fights do cost money. And it's also like a great... Oops, let's keep a little bit on that guy. It's also like a great testament toward Mali, who defended so well over so many laps. Too bad there was this small contact. But well, things happen. We don't play those games because they are easy. We are playing them because they are hard. And because they are hard, we are making mistakes. There will be an incident review, but it shouldn't be too bad over the whole season, unless it accumulates. Also, like a really great drive by Wozniak so far, and the leader is on his final lap. Is there still some action going on? I doubt it, so let's stay a little bit with the leader and give him the honor. Also, thank you very much, Marius, for those kind words. It can only get better from this on. So, expect some more fun commentary like in the future. Hopefully with a second person. And some better preparation, I can assure you. So, let's go down the list. Matushka, who is going around the final corner and onto the straight. I'm going to say it already. He's going to win it. Yes. No commentator curse for him. And Quack on the second place. On the second place. Quack. In this wonderful chromy acid green Porsche 911. Mali with a great defensive race. Will he be known as the new Jarno Trulli? We shall see over the course of the season. Bruno Cadillac with an amazing drive. It was really a joy following him. Same with Wozniak. He handled this beast of a car very well and around a lot of cars. Benny Benzel stayed in front of Kevin Cole, who is said to have the easier car to drive in the rain, but I don't give a lot on those kind of things people say. Behind David Santos, who managed to get 8th position, and we lost most of his progress, which I'm very sad about. He started so far behind and then had a hard race, and he even managed to get past Torvin, who is already in the pits. Zanella. He had an iffy situation at the very start of the race, which might net him some points. I haven't seen it too well. But he was on the inside and behind, and he drove into someone. So maybe it's his fault, maybe the other guy's fault. Maybe the other guy should have left him more room. We shall review it later. Key also with a respectable race. He's in tier 2 and he's last. If he would have been in tier 4, he would have been probably first. And with this, I am going to wish you... I don't actually know where Matushka is from. Could be German, could be from Russia or whatever, somewhere in the east. Anyway, I wish you a very good night. It was fun commentating this very beautiful race. You can check out the results later on the website. www.redlinemotorsports.co.uk. You can also register for diverse series and events on multiple games, so have fun. See you soon.